story is not unique. I left a marriage after 15 years. I had 3 kids with the man. I had built a life with him, and I really wanted it to work. Deciding when it was time to leave, deciding that I had tried hard enough, deciding that yes, it was worth to take the risk of the unknown for leaving the known, which I had become very accustomed to over the last 15 years. And even though I was miserable, there was some security to it. There was a little bit of, at least I was comfortable in knowing what to expect.
AKA for these broken women, that means bored, right? I was comfortable. I knew what to expect. Bored. So I got to get out there. Got to go test my SMV out in the open dating world, right? On these dating apps against the 18-year-olds that are just graduated high school. I know I can compete with them because it's me.
As the years would roll by, and every birthday I got the same card that said, next year will be better, I, somewhere deep inside, thought to myself, there's no way, and the only way that my life is going to change is if I leave. But I had 3 kids, and I was also thinking, wait, if...
Let me guess. I had to take care of me.
If my happiness means that I'm taking away the kids' happiness.
There you go. My happiness.
And all of the guilt that came into play of, am I being so selfish?
Yes, you are.
That I want to leave this, and is it bad enough? But here's the kicker.
No.
The kicker is that if you are in a place where you are absolutely miserable.
You know, for these modern day chicks, their definition of miserable is I can't get my husband to do whatever I want. I can't get my husband to just bow down to me and kiss my feet.
You're being treated horribly.
He has opinions of his own and I don't agree with them. I'm miserable.
Or whatever your circumstances are, but you know in your heart that the only way to change your life is to leave.
Yeah, whenever these chicks, I just don't feel bad for them whatsoever. I'm just really repulsed by their low self-awareness and their lack of introspection, because in many of these cases, the marriage is totally salvageable. The marriage is not nearly as bad as they make it out to be, especially on TikTok. These guys are not nearly the monsters they proclaim they are. But instead, it's quite the opposite, right? Where these guys are pretty decent, hardworking, tried to just be good family men, tried to just give, work, try to give her the life that she's always wanted, try to make her happy, and, you know, in return, they get divorced, right? Because, oh, it's not enough, you know. Yeah, you just can't please these damaged females. Just like, you know, you can't please the woke mob, like how they apologize to the woke mob all the time. It doesn't work, right? They just attack you further. I mean, these chicks are no different, these modern women. Sad.
Let me tell you that you carry guilt with you, that it will be extremely difficult.
I'm sure you're fine.
And when you are looking for people who you're like, okay, well, she left and look how her life turned out, and you're looking for examples.
Yeah, you should look at all the other women your age on TikTok that we cover on my channel relentlessly who divorced their husbands and ended up with a lying, cheating scumbag Chad. So don't think for a second that you're going to skirt those stats, lady. Don't think for a second, because we don't find we don't find any, I mean literally any, like, success stories of women leaving their husband, these rotten men, and then finding, you know, Romeo as soon as they get on Tinder. Nope. Instead, you find Chad, Pookie, and Tyrone, and Juan.
And your mind is researching for the evidence that you're going to be okay. I'm going to tell you that no matter what it is, that's the unknown that's on the other side. If you are in a situation right now where years are passing by and you are still miserable in a relationship.
Why are you so miserable in your relationship? You know, could it be that you're just miserable with yourself? Could that be it? Could that possibly be it? Right? And then she gets on her social media, like so many of these divorced women, you know, playing the victim, wanting you to feel sorry for her and all this other stuff. Because otherwise, why would she do this? I mean, obviously, her family and friends are going to see this, right? Obviously, her ex-husband's going to see this, right? Much of this is probably directed towards him, you know? And so how do you think they feel? How do you think those kids feel, right? Her own kids, they're going to have to go to school. Do you think that their friends won't see this and they won't get teased relentlessly? right? They won't get bullied for this. I mean, they're giving other kids, especially the bullies in their class, she's giving these kids a lot of material to go after her children, man. There's a lot of material here, right?
And you're not being taken care of, and you're not being seen, and you're not being heard, and
You're not being seen, and you're not being heard. What'd I tell you guys? You know what that translates from womanese to English? That means, yeah, you weren't feeding my ego on a daily basis. You weren't getting on your knees and kissing the ring. Hey, mister, you weren't telling me how perfect I am and how lucky you are to be with me. She wants a slave. Okay, she wants a slave. I really want to hear her husband's side of the story. Wouldn't that be interesting? We hear his side of the story, because I guarantee he probably has some stories. But you know what? I will tell you, it seems like he has a little more class, because I haven't seen his TikTok videos smearing her. He has a little more class and a little more maturity than her, because I didn't come across his videos.
Alone in a marriage, the unknown is terrifying, but there's nothing.
No, it's not unknown, sweetie. Just get on TikTok or go through my channel. You'll find plenty of examples of women just like you in your position boldly left their husbands because they thought the grass was greener on the other side. But you wait to see what's coming for you, right? You're going to experience it firsthand, right? You're like fresh meat on the dating apps.
Nothing more terrifying than looking back and seeing all the years that you wasted living in fear.
So you wasted all these years living in fear? Why did you choose this guy? Where is the accountability? Okay, does this chick have any accountability or any agency whatsoever? I mean, because just looking at this last shot of her, I hate to judge, man, but I'm feeling somebody who is smug, low self-awareness, and full of her own conceit. Right? That's what I see. I see somebody who, I do kind of feel sorry for the next guy who gets involved with this chick, because I see somebody who's going to be a freaking nag, somebody who's going to be talking about boundaries, somebody who's going to be talking about their therapist, somebody who's going to be telling me what I'm doing wrong 24 hours of the day, how I didn't call her enough, how I didn't validate her enough, how I didn't listen to her enough, even though she's been rambling for hours. Oh, I didn't pay attention to her enough. Oh, I didn't address this enough. Oh my gosh, leave me alone. This is why I don't like to date middle-aged women. Too much baggage, right? But clearly, again, if she was so miserable, I wouldn't put that on her husband. I would put that on herself. She was probably miserable before her marriage. He's just a convenient excuse. All right, let's rock on.
One of the most interesting parts about getting divorced young is that all of a sudden, all of these people that you thought were happily married start coming out of the woodwork and be like, hey, how did you know it was time? Hey, what was your breaking point? Hey, what advice would you give me? And I love that. It's like all of a sudden, all of the secrets and like the weird pretending that you're happy falls aside. Love that. Yes, come to me. I will be your emotional support divorce doula anytime you need. One of the most interesting.
Of course, you know why? Because damaged people find damaged people, and I'm not even surprised this chick got divorced young. Huge red flags, FYI. Before we go any further, look at all the tats here. We've got the finger tats. We've got the sleeve tats. We've even got a torso tat over here. If you can't see it. Might not be able to see it, but she's got a tat on her, like a big tat on her torso here. Wearing a trucker smiley face cap. I mean, yeah, there's something off about this chick. Yeah, she's kind of pretty, but she's also damaged. So that negates that. But yeah, I'm not even surprised. Like all these people start coming out of the woodwork. Yeah, all these other damaged people like yourself, because, as they say in self-development, like attracts like. All right, let's go.
I've been married and divorced 3 times.
What? 3 times? How many lifetimes have you had? Oh, just one.
Here are some things that I learned about marriage and relationships the hard way, so you don't have to.
Yeah, after 3 times, you better learn something.
Number 1, never date or marry for potential. Future faking is a tactic of many abusive people.
You mean like makeup and fake hair? and hair dye. Yeah, I agree.
So beware of all those lofty promises of the future and date where they are now. Number 2, your partner trying to humble you as a mate retention strategy is a thing. Number 3, never move into a place, apartment, or house with your significant other that you can't afford to pay for on your own. Number 4, talk about money and how household chores and responsibilities are going to be divided before you move in with somebody. And if you can't get in alignment, don't do it. Number 5, keep the in-laws out of your business. Trust me, it becomes real messy real quick. Like, comment, and
Okay, and she missed the most important lesson that she should have learned from her divorce, which is don't get divorced, right? And to take a step back further, why don't you just choose wiser, right? Don't be so in a hurry to get married to anybody willing to put a ring on your finger, and actually choose wisely so you don't have to go through 3 divorces. Unreal.
And with that said, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets, signing out here from my DeLorean. It's incredible, about to take off. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Go ahead and smash it right now. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you are notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out a ton when you actually subscribe, okay? So make sure you're subscribed to my channel as well. And for all of you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I'm teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, the same exact type of women that myself and all of my coaching students all around the world are out there approaching and closing every single week. And I kid you not, we are making things happen every single week. So take advantage of it, and this is the absolute best way to support my work. So if you want to support me, that's the best way to do it. And right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons, right? It's only $1. So take advantage of it. Okay? Just click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. All right, I'm out. Let's get out of here. Woo! Man, this car has some pickup. And this is coming from a guy with a Corvette. This car is actually pretty quick. Don't be fooled. DeLorean is quick. This is, after all, it's a time machine, right? Woo!